Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to go drive through one of the most luxurious neighborhoods in all of Santo Domingo, Piantini, and we're going to cover everything you need to know from schools, places to eat, the cost of living, things to do, and much more. So make sure to buckle up. Let's hit the road and let's go check out one of the nicest neighborhoods in all of Santo Domingo. Now, first things first, I know a lot of you are probably asking yourself, well, what is the cost of living? How much does it truly cost to live in Piantini? Now, one of the key factors when talking about price is whether you're looking at a new project or a older project. Maybe it's been renovated, maybe it needs some renovation, because those are going to have drastic differences from amenities to cost to utilities, which I'll talk to in a second, and something that I learned the hard way when moving here, and I was paying literally like 4 times what I'm paying in electricity costs when I moved from an older building into the new apartment that I'm living in currently. But depending on where you live here in Piantini, rent is going to be on the more expensive side. A 1-bedroom apartment in this area will start at around $210,000 price point. But remember, once again, you have to take into consideration, is it a new building? Does it have amenities? And a multitude of other things. How much is HOA? And then on average, rent is usually around $1,200 to $1,500 a month. For a 2-bedroom unit, you're looking at around $350,000 to purchase. If you're looking to rent, you're probably closer to the $2,500 price point. And then for 3-bedroom units, these are extremely difficult to come by now. But a 3-bedroom unit here is going to cost you $550,000, $600,000 and up. And then if you're looking to rent, a 3-bedroom apartment is going to cost you probably around no less than $3,000 a month. And then it goes up from there. So yes, these are prices that, 15 years ago, people would have been like, oh, well, Dominican Republic is so cheap, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, no, this area right here is not cheap whatsoever. When it comes down to utilities and HOA costs, a new modern building with pool, gym, and different amenity space, you're looking on the average of $400 and up. That's what I'm paying here. When it comes down to utilities, things to take into consideration is how often are you leaving those ACs on? How many ACs do you have? My old utility, like I was mentioning earlier, with an older building, that one was costing me around $400 a month, which I thought was pretty steep when I first moved here. But now that I'm in a new building, I leave my AC on most of the day. My utilities are usually around $150. So definitely don't know what's going on. A lot of people do mention that here. If this happens to you, make sure to leave a comment here because I'm curious to know. Guys, look at these cars right here. Look at these cars. It's a great area to raise family. It's extremely safe. And you literally have everything you need within walking distance. You see people walking, as you can tell right there. But obviously you do want to be vigilant anywhere you go around the world because things can happen. So I'm not saying it's a perfect neighborhood and that crime doesn't exist. What I am saying is that you do see people walking throughout here during day and nights. Now let's talk about some of the new projects that are going on here. Now some of these new high-rises, mixed use, luxury buildings, I mean, it literally has everything you would possibly need inside of a residential center. You have the new One World Trade Center, which is located right here next to the Blue Mall, where you're having office space, commercial space, shopping, restaurants. I mean, literally everything at your doorstep. When it comes down to grocery stores and shopping, you have stores like Sirena on Achuchi, you have Bravo, you have Nacional. So you do have a variety of different stores to choose from. And then when it comes down to pharmacies and banks, you have BHD, you have Scotiabank, you have Popular, you have Asociación Cibao. You have everything that you need. So you don't have to go 20 miles, 30 miles outside of the neighborhood to get things done. Now, with all good things do come its bad. And one of the downsides about living in the center of the city is that here, traffic is by far one of the worst areas when it comes down to congestion. Here, traffic is horrific. If you live in the area, yeah, you can walk around and go to different places. You can go to bars, restaurants, and whatnot. However, if you're someone that doesn't live in this sector, that's what they call it here in this area, neighborhood, you will catch yourself in some nasty traffic jams. So that's something to take into account. Now, one of my favorite things about this area, aside from the proximity to everything, are the number of restaurants that this place has. You have steakhouses like Pepperoni, Duro, Don Pepe. You have Asian spots like Lila. You have Alegra. You have multiple new restaurants in the new Blue Mall expansion that just recently opened. So there are definitely a great amount of things here to do. I know that one of my favorite spots here is Casalucho. It's kind of like a food court concept that has different options. I like to go there and watch sports, and they have burgers, they have salads, they have Asian, they have pizza, they have drinks. For shopping, you have Acropolis, you have Blue Mall, you have the old Plaza Central. So it's great for anyone who doesn't have a car. If someone is probably visiting the area or relocating to the area and they don't, want to invest in a car, guys, getting an Uber here is super affordable. So you don't have to worry about breaking the bank because interest rates here are obviously high if you're thinking about purchasing a new car. So that's definitely something to take into account. Oh, I just saw a 911. There are luxury sports cars everywhere. Now, that's one of the things that really surprised people about this area. If you go in front of SBG, doesn't matter what day of the week it is, you will see a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, cars that people don't even think exist here because they think that we have bad roads, which leads to my next thing is here, the infrastructure, when it comes down to the roads, you don't have to deal with potholes. You don't have to deal with that third world country mentality that people always think Dominican Republic is. Here you have roads that are constantly being paved, and they do get messed up though. I mean, you will find your potholes and stuff due to the large amount of construction projects that are going on in the area, which is just something that unfortunately will be something that is normal for the foreseeable future because of the endless amount of projects that are going on. Literally right here, I am right here on the corner of La Gustavo Mejia y La Chuchi, right next to Blue Mall. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 projects that I can see just with my eyes from where I am. So that just gives you an idea as to how much money is being invested here and so forth. I can't forget about you parents who are thinking about relocating out here and worrying about your kids' education. Like I've said in previous videos before, if you haven't checked it out, I made a video with my wife where she talks a little bit more in depth about our adjustment. Make sure to go check it out. I'll put it right here. The schools that are in this area are some of the top schools in the entire Santo Domingo area. You have schools like St. George, St. Michael's, the Ashton, Lux Mundi, just to name a few off the top of my head. And these are all schools that are bilingual. Kids here are graduating knowing English and Spanish fluently. And I know I put a lot of emphasis on that, but I can't express how much of a flex that is in 2025 in order to be able to speak and read 2, 3 different languages, living in such an interconnected world. And kids here, like I always mention, and I will say till the day I die, kids that go to these private schools are so much better prepared than kids that are coming for the States because of the preparation that they get. So when it comes down to healthcare, here you have Abel Gonzalez, you have different pharmacies, Los Hidalgos, Carol, Referencia, you have everything you need here. So if you're thinking about relocating to the Dominican Republic, I'm gonna put my relocation guide here that answers all the questions you need on how to set up a bank account, utilities, and a lot of the questions that you all have asked and I've answered in that guide. And remember guys, this neighborhood, it is nice. There is a lot here to do, but if you're someone that is looking for that luxury lifestyle, you're looking to be close to everything, close to restaurants, shopping, education, then Piantini is definitely a location. Now, price point, it's definitely one of the most expensive neighborhoods here in Santo Domingo, but at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. So it does give you that option to be able to live that luxury lifestyle here on the island. If you like content like this, make sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe.
Let me know what neighborhood I should check out next.